Hi, this topic and discussion is how do you prove someone is transgender and the consequences of being transgender. I've seen it before in documentaries and seen it in the streets. A person shouts at someone they think or they believe is transgendered, abuse and that in the streets, but the question is, how do you legally prove that they are transgender? I know women that are taller than me, and I'm 5'9", 5'10", and I also know women with deep voices. Back in Portugal, when I was on holiday there, when I was about 15, there was a woman going around the streets asking people for fags, and she was just a normal woman, but she had a bit of facial hair, facial stubble. So if you see a woman and automatically assume via these features and other features as well that they are transgendered or cross-dresser or whatever, and want to give them abuse, well, don't. For one, how do you prove that that person is transgender when transgender people can have all the documentation, birth certificate and passports, all the legal documentation changed to female or male without that? Yeah, so the only way that you'd be able to prove that that person is transgendered is by looking into the medical history, the medical records, but for client confidentiality, you won't be able to look at that person's medical record. And a lot of transgender people don't like to disclose the fact that they are transgendered. And also, I've seen medical information, seen medical documentaries. It is a medical condition, being born in the wrong body. The body develops first in the womb, and then the brains develop last. So if you're picking on someone, regardless of being transgendered or whatever, it's sick, it's not nice. That person has a medical condition, and all they want to do at the end of the day is be the person they feel inside and be the person they want to be. When, if they don't do this, they're only hurting themselves if they're not. So where is the harm of someone wanting to be true to themselves and being the person they feel inside, as long as it's legal and as long as they're not hurting anyone? When, well, where's the harm? Yeah, it just hurts me seeing a lot of transgendered people getting picked on and given abuse for being transgendered when A, they might not be transgender, they might be just tall women with some masculine features, or if they are transgendered, when they get picked on for a medical condition, we should all judge personality at the end of the day. We all need to judge a person for what's on the inside, regardless of what's on the outside. You could get a very nice looking young man or a young woman, you just want to be friends with them, thinking they're a nice person because they're attractive, they look nice, when at the end of the day they could be the nastiest person you've ever met. Well, judging someone for what's on the outside isn't nice. We need to judge a person by the personality, not the looks. It's stereotyping in a way, but it's also never judge a book by its cover. I do admire transgendered women, yeah, but what I admire about a transgender person is I admire the courage and the confidence for them being true to themselves and wanting to fight society and give back to the community in a way. A couple of transgendered women I do admire are Pamela Rose and Drew Ashling Cunningham, but I'm just saying them names because they're in the papers at the moment, or have been in the papers for the hard work for wanting to fight for what they believe in. I do also admire Hannah Winterbourne, Britain's highest ranked transgender army officer, but I do admit I did find a video on YouTube once, hate crime video, done by some bloke in America, targeted hate crime at Hannah Winterbourne, but I contacted the army and they took my details and they said that they'd pass it on to the transgendered hate crime and awareness team for the army. But Hannah Winterbourne is the person in charge of the transgendered hate crime awareness team in the army. I'm sorry if that video hurt your feelings. I'm sorry if it upset you, and I'm sorry you saw it, but I wanted to get it taken down because it's hate crime at the end of the day. I wanted to let the army know because it's hate crime towards one of their officers and one of their employees. I just wish you hadn't seen it, Hannah, if you're out there listening. I do admire your courage and determination, and I do wish you all happiness. I'm just sorry that there's little arseholes in the world, excuse my French and English, that just want to hate people and pick on people for being true to themselves. And we need more people to stand up and to fight for what is right and to change society's opinion, and to hopefully make this world a better place for our children and our children's children. If we all have a look at our actions and have a look at the hate crime that we've given out in the bullying, and think of the consequences of our actions before we pick on someone, and that we could also make the world a better place. At the end of the day, it just sickens me, really, that at the end of the day, someone that is transgender just wants to be themselves and be the person they feel they're meant to be inside. Haven holidays, I like to challenge companies on policies, and that is just an interest I've got. I'd just like to email companies and see what the policies are regarding information on this and regarding the policy. So I'd emailed Haven Holidays one time and just said, what is your policy regarding transgendered people? They said, basically, because we're a family-run site, to avoid offending any guests, a transgendered person needs to use the disability toilets. To avoid offending guests. Also, there was a thing once, can't remember if it was last year or the year before, there was a case where someone transgendered had gone back to school dressed as a girl, behaving like a girl, just wanting to be true to themselves, but the parents took their son out. The parents took their son out of school to avoid them being confused and upset, and to stop them being offended by the transgendered person. But behaviours like that child's parents and Haven Holidays just make people more confused, and it makes people want to stereotype and give abuse back to people, and it makes people more likely to commit hate crimes in the future, because people will see that person as doing something, as that transgender person doing something wrong, and they're not at all doing something wrong. They're just being themselves at the end of the day. Well, it's a medical condition, and all they want to be is the person they are inside. We are going, society in these situations are going about things in the wrong way, in my opinion. What I think needs to be done is to have more education at a younger age regarding sexuality, gender, disability and race. It's about having more education at the younger age on these subjects like sexuality, race, disability, and having people made aware sooner rather than later means they're less likely to pick up on habits and less likely to judge a person before they even know them. And yeah, in my situation, I'm not transgendered, but with the Asperger's syndrome that I've got, I was bullied badly at school. I had hate websites made about me. But if children had been made aware at a much younger age about different beliefs, different disabilities, different sexualities, different races, different medical conditions, if people had been made aware of issues regarding people at a younger age, would I have been bullied at school as much? I really don't know, but education and educating people sooner at a younger age rather than later does make people more supportive and empathetic of different people, of different beliefs. I might have been bullied still, or I might not, but it's nice to know that there would be something like this in place, because at the end of the day, I don't want a person going through what I went through in school because people are scared, people aren't educated on the subject, and people don't know what it's like to be bullied. And at the end of the day, we do have nasty people out there, so at the end of the day, we're always going to get someone nasty, but it's about making more people aware of their own consequences and their own actions and their own behaviours to hopefully help people like me, help people that are transgendered, and to help people make awareness of life in general. Thank you. Bye.